You want to test my ability to go the distance? You want to see where your life ends and mine begins? That's where that mentality started for me. Because I started saying, man, you always end up in the dungeon. You gotta find strength in that motherfucker where no one else does. You see the decorations on the fucking wall of what my fucking fiance has done. There's nothing about me. And they go, why is that, man? You've done so much in your life. Man, all this shit up here is priceless. Like everything I've gone through, all this, like the journey of my life has been something that I can never ever be able to say enough about. You know, it is who I am. You know, like everybody wants to be proud of themselves. When you finally become proud of yourself, you no longer give a flying fuck what it took to get there. And that's what people always say, man, look at you, man. You know, you have all this stuff happen to your skin and your body's broken, this and that. The feeling I have in my mind is priceless. And if somebody were to say you had to do it over again to get this feeling again, I'd do it all over again.
You would?
All over again.
Interesting.
With a smile on my face. Roger that.
That's awesome.
One thing that changed my life was only 2 minutes and 13 seconds, I believe around there, was Rocky 1, round 14. So when I saw this guy who was Rocky getting knocked down and getting knocked down, getting up, so I was intrigued. So I sat back and watched it a little bit more. And Apollo was supposed to be the baddest person in boxing, and he knocks this fucker down in the corner. And I see this guy in the corner who reminded me of me, guy couldn't read, talked all fucked up, you know, just kind of this dumb boxer. But he had something that I wanted. And Mickey was saying, his trainer was saying, stay down.
Right.
And he didn't hear anybody. He didn't give a fuck. All this guy wanted to do was go to the distance. He didn't want to win. He just wanted to be able to go the distance. And I'll never forget the look when Apollo Creed finally thinks he won. His back is turned to Rocky as Rocky's getting up and as Mickey's saying, stay down. And once Apollo turns around, he looks at Rocky, that he's now standing up in the corner. And the referee is standing beside Rocky. Rocky's like, hey, you know, man, I'm fucking good. And when Apollo turns around, the look on this massive man who's the best boxer in the world, his face is just distraught. Like, what the fuck? Who the fuck are you, man? And when he's kind of wobbling in the corner, he's all fucked up, but he's like, no, man, not today. I just want to go against the best. I want to know that I am somebody. And he gets his gloves and he motions him back over. And Apollo's face, you know, he like puts his face down and he shakes his head, and I'm like, that's what I want. That's what I want. And I wanted that feeling. So I knew to get it, I had to train. Something like Rocky did, but even harder, because this was a real situation for me. This was real life. So I started to create the real Rocky. I wanted to be the real version of a movie. But that's the hard part though. That movie's inspirational. And in my life, there's a lot of times in my life where it wasn't so inspirational. There's a lot of lonely moments where there was no going the distance song in the background to keep me going. A lot of times, there's a lot of quiet times, a lot of failure, a lot of disappointments, a lot of starting from scratch. But that's when I started to develop a different mentality. And I started to develop a mentality of, this is where it's at. Where you find out where you're at is when you're at the fucking lowest part of your life. So I started to develop a whole new mindset. Like, the lowest part of my life used to make me feel bad. The lowest part of my life now, it actually gives me strength, because I know so many people stop. That's where they quit.
Right.
When they get to the fucking sewer of life, versus looking at it saying, oh yeah, motherfucker, now let's see what the fuck is up. Let's see what the fuck is up now. Let's see the millions of men out here in this world. They're not going where I'm willing to go now. This is where people stop. And this is where I started to develop the different mentality is. You want to test my resolve? You want to test my ability to go the distance? You want to see where your life ends and mine begins? That's where that mentality started for me. Because I started saying, man, you always end up in the dungeon. You gotta find strength in that motherfucker where no one else does. There has to be something so deep in you that drives you. So what really does it for me is I know what we're capable of. And I know that most human beings aren't willing to go where I am. And that's a very, very dangerous thing. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else. Everybody has this talent.
Sure.
It's not a talent. It's just realizing that we stop way short of our true potential. So through my life, I realize these things. And I know what gives me fuel is I know that most people who are blessed with so much talent, great parents, great upbringing, didn't come from where I come from. They're gonna quit before me. Having all the tools that they have, they didn't have the ability to examine themselves. When you have everything so nice in life, it's great to have a great life.
Yeah, no doubt.
But what happens is you don't self-examine. You don't do a live autopsy. When you have a fucked up life, it almost forces you to do a live autopsy. It forces you to find strength from places that no one looks from. Because food is not at the ready. You know, I have a learning disability. It's not at the ready. I can't just pick up a book and start reading.
Right.
There's preparation behind everything I fucking do. When you get beat the shit out of you all the time, your mind wants to go to that nice spot where you're comforted, where you're not trying, where shit is easy. That's where your mind, it doesn't want to think. You have all these things in the mind, and the mind can only absorb so much shit. So all the pain it has to go through, it wants to push it away and say, let's not do that. So every day I'm fighting where the mind wants to go. So it's a constant evolution, man. I've never arrived. I'm trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm like, oh man, I went through Navy SEAL training being fucked up. I ran over 7,000 miles in 2007 being fucked up. I did pull-up records being fucked up. Now that the mind is so fucking strong, let the body catch the mind. So that's now where I'm at. So I'm always trying to reinvent the wheel and see what I'm capable of next.